Houston suffers unspeakable devastation, but in the midst of the tragedy, a guest of honor arrives. In the midst of the Taiwanese president's falling popularity, her premier suddenly resigns. Is this good or bad for the island nation? In Bolivarian Venezuela, Maduro the communist vows revenge against the ousted prosecutor who dared speak out against the PSUV. I'm Justin Dixon, and this is Universal Update. As you probably already know, if you watch the news even 5 seconds a day, North America has been suffering some pretty bad weather. It just seems like hurricanes, 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 and more hurricanes. But the worst so far has been Harvey, which obliterated Houston in a Katrina-like fashion. Harvey will most likely go down in history as the worst American disaster of the decade. But in the aftermath of the tragedy, which erased over 12,000 homes from the map, America's 4th largest city received a special guest. On September 2nd, in the aftermath of Harvey, President Trump touched down at an airport in Houston. It is actually his 2nd visit to Houston after arriving at the very end of August. In his previous visit, Trump met with federal agencies inside a firehouse before telling a massive crowd of cheering supporters, "It's historic, it's epic, but I will tell you, it happened in Texas, and Texas can handle anything." He also appeared at a special zone for children, filled with toys and games. The president told reporters, quote, "Really, I think people appreciate what's been done. It's been done really efficiently, really well, and that's what we want." On the other side of the planet, there is a small island nation called Taiwan, or officially the Republic of China. This nation has been bullied by the much more massive communist-occupied People's Republic of China. China has over the years gotten Taiwan kicked out of the UN and pressed most nations to cut off diplomacy with the ROC. But why, you may ask? Well, the answer is simple. A long time ago, before our glorious victory in World War II, Taiwan was part of China, and this whole country was called the Republic of China. As you can see, the government that ruled Taiwan today, it once ruled all of China. But today the situation looks like this, because in 1945, Mao and his evil Red Army come along and they seize control of the mainland China. And today, China still claims Taiwan as part of its territory and vice versa. Although one is so much more massive than the other, the one has very much more influence. And unfortunately, the bigger part of China is communist. In early 2016, Taiwan elected a new president, Tsai Ing-wen. Tsai's political party, the Democratic Progressive Party, supports distancing Taiwan from China. Her popularity has been falling, though, due to her apparent inability to carry out these goals. On Monday, September the 4th, 2017, Taiwanese Premier Lin Chuan, I think I'm saying that correctly, resigned to try to save the president's falling popularity. It now stands at 29.8%. So how does Communist China feel about all of this drama? I think it's fair to say they are not disappointed. They want to bring down the Taiwanese president, and they are enjoying every second of this chaos surrounding Taiwan's president. The Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela is quickly spiraling into civil war. The country has been under Marxist rule for approximately 17 years. In 1999, far-left politician Hugo Chavez won the presidency. He instituted a series of socialist reforms he called the Bolivarian Revolution, which he named for 19th century revolutionary Simón Bolívar. This included rewriting the country's constitution. This new constitution, in theory, left democracy in place while giving tremendous new power to the government. Over the years, this has changed. Chavez's Marxist political party, Partido Socialista Unido de Venezuela, or in English, United Socialist Party of Venezuela, has maintained power over the years from the town level up to the federal level. The people eventually got tired of this nonsense and voted the opposition coalition into the legislature in a massive rebuke of socialism, but the PSUV wasn't so eager to give up power. Before the opposition lawmakers took office, the PSUV swore in a crowd of communist justices to the country's highest court. They stripped the National Assembly of its power and allowed Nicolas Maduro to go ahead with an illegal plan to rewrite the country's constitution. Thus, elections were held to elect an all-powerful new constitutional assembly which would rewrite the Venezuelan constitution at Maduro's pleasure. People were not at all happy with this decision. In the past month, anti-Marxist demonstrators have been running around the country, smashing windows, shutting down roads, and throwing rocks at the Bolivarian National Guard. Now the regime has found a new enemy in state prosecutor Luisa Ortega. Ortega has been a longtime supporter of Chavez, but she has turned on Maduro. The illegally created Constitutional Assembly recently ordered her to stand trial, but in a mockery of the PSUV, she fled to Colombia. Maduro is now requesting an international arrest warrant for Ortega. The Colombian government has said it will not obey. However, in Venezuela, the state ombudsman has now taken over the duties of the prosecutor. And that is all for today's edition of Universal Update. Thank you for watching, and remember, you can hate on the news, but you can't hate the Universal Update.